Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful recap is in for Wednesday, May 28, 2025. In today's episode, Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, confronts Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. Meanwhile, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, share their engagement news. Let's begin with Hope, who comes downstairs at Carter's loft. The designer gushes about her engagement ring. They wonder how everyone at Forrester Creations will react to their wedding news. They decide that it doesn't matter what the others think. At Forrester Creations, Steffy Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Missinswood, and Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., talk to Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, about Hope. Brooke and Ridge state that Hope is back, but that doesn't mean HFTF will be too. Brooke thinks Hope's future is looking up. Brooke thanks them for letting Hope come back. Steffi says they see things differently now. Then she announces that Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, is gone as QP comes in. As Carter and Hope deliver their news, Steffi offers a half-hearted congratulations. Brooke is excited and hugs Carter. Ridge isn't impressed. Ridge reminds them of their crimes, then adds that he still wants to see them happy. Carter knows they have to regain his trust. Brooke makes Carter promise that he will always have Hope's back. As they both promise, they kiss. At Il Giardino, Luna is bored. The young killer sends Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, a text message. She wants to be alone with Will. Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, reminds her that Will is with Electra. Luna wonders for how long. Sheila tells her granddaughter to knock it off and accept her circumstances. Sheila tells Luna that she needs to not go after Electra. Luna continues ranting about her rival until Sheila orders her to stop it. Sheila fears Luna is going to cause something bad to happen. In another office at FC, Will shows Electra the text Luna sent. The intern admits Luna sends him a lot of texts. Will suggests he block Luna, but Electra thinks it's better they know what the villain is thinking. Will has to go to a meeting with Zend Forrester Dominguez, Delonda Metz, and leaves. While he is gone, Electra goes to Il Giardino to confront Luna. The jewelry designer orders Luna to stay away from her boyfriend. Electra adds that Luna creeps Will out. The young killer asks what Electra is going to do about it. As the two have a heated exchange, Electra says her rival has no soul. Luna won't be told what to do by a spoiled brat and warns she'll be sorry. In a world of glitz and glamour where every whispered word could be a bombshell, Wednesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful was nothing short of jaw-dropping. With tensions running high, old wounds resurfacing, and love triangles taking an unexpected turn, the Forrester mansion was practically vibrating with anticipation. Let's dive in. Morning at Forrester, the calm before the storm. The day began with an unusually quiet morning at Forrester Creations. Ridge, always the patriarch with his finger on the pulse of every scandal, was seen pacing near the main office. His brow was furrowed in concentration, torn between relief at his family's relative calm and unease about the brewing storm. Carter arrived early, looking more relaxed than he had in weeks. There was a glint in his eye, a secret he could barely keep to himself. But before he could make the grand reveal, he spotted Hope walking down the corridor, radiant in a simple white sheath dress that accentuated her natural beauty. Hope had that glow about her, hopeful, yet tinged with uncertainty. She'd spent the night tossing and turning, the weight of her future choices pressing down on her. But this morning, she looked determined to face the day's revelations head-on. Electra makes her presence known. The real shocker of the morning came when Electra, the newly arrived designer with a reputation for stirring trouble, swept into the main showroom. Electra had been a rising star in Paris, but was now set to shake things up in LA. With her bold red lips and even bolder attitude, she didn't just enter a room, she took command of it. Luna, working diligently on a new gown design, was the first to notice Electra's arrival. Luna's calm demeanor was the perfect contrast to Electra's firecracker energy. Luna, ever the team player, tried to greet Electra warmly, but Electra had no time for pleasantries. "Luna," Electra said with a smirk, "you may have your fans here, but don't think for a second I'm going to let your star outshine mine." Luna blinked in surprise. "Electra, we're supposed to be on the same team," she said softly, trying to diffuse the tension. "Team?" Electra laughed. "Sweetheart, this isn't a charity. This is Forrester. And I'm here to make my mark." The confrontation turned heads. Ridge watched from afar, his expression a mixture of concern and curiosity. He'd heard about Electra's reputation. Some called her a creative genius, others a hurricane that left nothing but chaos in her wake. Hope and Carter. A surprising engagement. Meanwhile, in Carter's office, the mood was considerably warmer. Carter had invited Hope to meet privately, and the atmosphere was thick with anticipation. "Carter, what's going on?" Hope asked, her eyes wide. Carter took a deep breath. "Hope, I've been holding this in for too long," he said, his voice soft yet resolute. "I want us to take the next step, officially." He reached into his drawer and pulled out a small velvet box. Hope gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. "Hope Logan," Carter said, dropping to one knee, "will you marry me?" Tears welled up in Hope's eyes. She had dreamed of this moment for so long, but never imagined it would be Carter standing there with such certainty. "Yes," she whispered, her voice cracking with emotion. "Yes, Carter, I will." He slipped the ring on her finger, a delicate band of white gold with a single sparkling diamond that caught the light perfectly. They embraced, a moment of pure joy and relief washing over them. Word spreads like wildfire. Back in the main office, Steffi was finalizing some new designs when Paris burst in, practically bouncing with excitement. "You are not going to believe this," Paris said breathlessly. "Hope and Carter just got engaged." Steffi's eyes widened in shock. "Engaged? Are you sure?" Paris nodded. "I just saw them together. Hope had that ring on her finger." Carter looked like he was walking on air. Steffi leaned back in her chair, her mind racing. She knew how much Carter meant to Hope, but she also knew how complicated Hope's feelings were, especially with Liam still in the picture. "Wow," Steffi murmured. "I didn't see that coming." Electra and Luna, showdown in the showroom. While the news of Hope and Carter's engagement was spreading, Electra and Luna's tensions were reaching a boiling point. The two designers found themselves alone in the showroom, surrounded by bolts of luxurious fabric and unfinished sketches that felt like silent witnesses to the brewing drama. "You think you can keep playing innocent, Luna?" Electra sneered, stepping closer. "But I know the truth. You're trying to edge me out, just like you did in Paris." Luna held her ground. "That's not true, Electra. I've never been about stepping on anyone to succeed. My work speaks for itself." "Oh, it does," Electra agreed, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "But let's see how well it speaks when I debut my line next week. You'll be lucky to get a single mention in the press when I'm through." Luna's eyes flashed with determination. She had faced worse before: betrayals, heartbreaks, and power plays that would make most people crumble. But she wasn't about to let Electra's venom ruin everything she had worked so hard for. "Electra, I don't care about the press or the headlines," Luna said firmly. "I care about creating something beautiful, something real. If you want to play games, do it alone. I'm not interested." For a moment, Electra seemed taken aback. Then she threw her head back and laughed. "We'll see how long you can keep that little saint act going, Luna." Steffi's clarification. Meanwhile, Steffi knew she had to clarify some things of her own. After a brief but intense conversation with Ridge, who was worried about how Hope and Carter's engagement would affect the family, Steffi called Hope into her office. "Hope," Steffi began, her tone calm but serious, "I'm happy for you." "Really? But I need to know, are you sure this is what you want?" Hope hesitated for a moment. "Steffi, I know it's sudden, but Carter and we've been dancing around each other for too long. I need something real, and he's giving me that. Steffi nodded. I understand that. But you know Liam's still in love with you, right? Hope's face fell. I know. But I can't keep living in that cycle, Steffi. Liam and I are over. Carter is my future. Steffi's expression softened. She knew how hard it was to move on from someone like Liam, but she also knew the pain of staying in a toxic loop. Okay, she said finally. As long as you're sure, I'll support you. Hope reached across the desk and took Steffi's hand. Thank you, Steffi. That means more to me than you know. Ridge and Brooke, concern for Hope. In Ridge's office, Brooke had arrived after hearing the news from Paris. Her reaction was a mixture of happiness and concern. She's so young, Brooke sighed, pacing. I know Carter is a good man, but this is so fast. Ridge put a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Hope's not a child anymore, Logan, she's making her own choices. Brooke looked at him, eyes shimmering with motherly worry. I know, but she's been through so much. I just don't want her to rush into something that could break her heart all over again. Ridge pulled her into a hug. We'll be there for her, no matter what. Electra's plot. While the family was rallying around Hope, Electra was in her own corner, her mind already working overtime on her next move. She met with a shadowy PR rep in a quiet cafe near the Forrester offices. I want you to leak a story, Electra instructed, her voice low. Make it look like Luna's designs are just cheap knockoffs of mine. I want everyone in this town to know she's nothing but a fraud. The PR rep nodded, already typing away on their phone. Luna's future and Electra's reign of chaos were officially in motion. The final confrontation of the day. Back at Forrester, Luna was working late, lost in her sketches, when Electra appeared again. I'm not done with you, Luna, Electra said, her tone icy. You think you're safe just because you've got Ridge's ear and Steffi's support. You're wrong. Luna took a deep breath. Electra, I'm done with your games. I have nothing to prove to you or anyone else. Electra's smile was cold. We'll see how long you keep that attitude once I'm running this place. The two women locked eyes, a clash of fire and ice that would set the tone for the days to come. A night of reflection. As the sun set over Los Angeles, the Forrester mansion quieted down. Steffi was seen sitting alone in the showroom, sketchbook in hand, but her mind miles away. She thought about Luna and Electra, about Hope and Carter's engagement, and about how fast everything was changing. In the Forrester guest house, Hope and Carter sat together on the sofa, fingers intertwined. Hope rested her head on his shoulder, her heart pounding with excitement and fear. I know it's sudden, Carter whispered, but I've never been more sure of anything in my life. Hope closed her eyes and smiled. I believe you, and I'm ready for whatever comes next. Meanwhile, Electra stood alone in her new penthouse apartment, overlooking the city lights. She raised a glass of champagne to her lips and whispered to herself, this is only the beginning. Final thoughts. Wednesday's episode was a roller coaster of emotions, love, jealousy, ambition, and the ever-present question of whether anyone's future at Forrester is truly safe. With Hope and Carter's engagement sending shockwaves through the family, and Electra's schemes threatening to upend everything Luna's worked for, the stage is set for an epic showdown. Who will come out on top? And what new alliances will form in the process? Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our bold and BAU UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.